So good morning all of you. In last video we discussed about the benefit to cost ratio. As per name suggests, this benefit to cost ratio is the ratio of benefit divided by the cost. And in this particular modified formula, we consider this benefit as a benefit minus operation and maintenance cost. And this cost term we can consider as an investment in that particular project. Now project is nothing but a whatever that project is always is nothing but the plant or machine plant or any companies that project we can consider as a for a small machine that we have to evaluate that particular investment in that particular machine. So it is not always a larger project. It should be a smaller one, and that we can compare or conclude that this particular investment in that particular machine is a suitable or not by using these different project evaluation methods. So this is the one of the method, benefit to cost ratio, in which we decide that whether this investment is desirable or not by according to the benefit to cost ratio. So this will be decided here. Now this how you can calculate this benefit, how you calculate cost. Now very simple formula. This benefit we consider as a whatever that amount we received after consideration of the different operating and maintenance cost divided by the total investment. Now as soon as we consider the tax, as soon as you consider the interest rate, that should be considered for this particular profit and particular cost. When you consider this interest rate, then to consideration for this interest rate you should consider either any method by present worth or future worth or by annual worth. So by these three methods we can consider this interest rate for this particular benefit and cost that we calculate by subtracting that particular money obtained by selling that particular product minus this operating and maintenance cost divided by the investment in that particular project or machinery. This we will get by consideration and when we consider the tax, when we consider the particular interest rate, in that case we should consider this interest rate by using any method, present worth, future worth or annual worth method. So here for simplification we consider here in this numerical there is a present worth method. So we discuss about this particular example. So in this example, company have money with them as 5 billion, and from this 5 billion he will invest in some projects. So he have two projects, X and Y projects, and in that XY project they invest some money for this X and Y project. Each project have some revenue or some amount the company will get yearly from that particular project. Also that projects have operation and maintenance cost. Now company have to decide which project will be economical on the basis of the benefit to cost ratio method. So company have MRR value is equal to 10%, and the project life is a 30-year project life, or project span time period is considered as 30 years. Now here in last video we discussed about the MRR value 10%. So here that company have MRR value 10%. So whatever that, so benefit to cost ratio is nothing but the ratio of benefit to cost. So when this benefit to cost ratio becomes 1, in that case benefit and cost are equal. Benefit and cost are equal. So there is a no loss or no profit case. But as soon as this benefit to cost ratio becomes less than 1, in that case, cost will be more, so that this ratio becomes as a less than 1. And when this ratio greater than 1, in that case, benefits are the larger one compared to the cost. Benefits are larger one compared to the cost. So this is a desirable condition when benefits are larger than the cost or investment, so that we can get money from that particular project. So benefit to cost ratio when larger than 1, it is a desirable one, and when this is less than 1, it is not desirable. It is less than 1, it means that project have a cost value larger one compared to the benefit. So we have this particular numerical in these two projects are compared with their investment on their operation maintenance cost and on their revenue. And to calculate this benefit and cost by considering the interest rate, we have to consider present worth method. So here we consider present worth method. So here we put this present worth method and this particular calculation of the benefits or calculation of the benefit. So here present worth method is considered. Here benefit is nothing but the revenue. Benefit is nothing but the revenue that obtained from each project. For X project, this revenue is a 0.75 million. So conversion of this million into rupees 0.75 into 10⁶. And by consideration of this interest rate by present worth method, that factor comes as a P by A 10% and for year of life for period 30 years. So and the denominator, the investment is a 2 million. Investment is a 2 into 10⁶ plus this particular annual cost, maintenance and operating cost. So that will be considered as a 4.5 million into 10⁶ conversion of the into rupees, and this factor we consider here as P by A 10% and 30%. 10% and for the year period 30. So that value comes as a 0.0291. And for the Y, benefit to cost ratio for Y project, it will come as a, in this particular benefit to cost ratio of Y, this investment is a different one, operation maintenance cost is different one, and the benefit obtained or revenue obtained from each year, these are different one. So these are the 5.5 into 10⁶ million of the revenue per year. And as for the consideration of the interest rate, we with the present worth method, we put this factor as a P by A 10% and for period of time 30 divided by investment 4 into 10⁶ plus present worth is a 7.5 into 10⁶ with some factor of present worth as a P by A 10% and 30 year. So that value comes as a 0.11. So both the projects have benefit to cost ratio as a less than 1. So both projects are not desirable. But as soon as we compare these two projects X and Y, we can choose Y project. Because it is a having larger benefit to cost ratio compared to the X. So this is benefit to cost ratio method. That we discussed here for evaluation of a particular project. So by evaluation of this particular project, we can now conclude that this project is economical or not economical. That we conclude by using this benefit to cost ratio method. So previously we discussed about the payback period method, external rate of return method, internal rate of return methods. These methods we discussed for the project evaluation. Now in this particular topic we discussing about these methods. We discussing about the methods, and we consider only one project. We consider only one project, and for this one project, we have to decide this whether this project is economical or not economical. Whether this project is economical or not economical. But many times we have number of projects. Many times we have number of projects, and from that projects, which project is suitable one? Which project is suitable one? That we have to decide. So that we have to decide by using these methods, these different methods. These different methods that we studied here: internal rate of return, external rate of return, payback period method, benefit to cost ratio method, annual worth, present worth, future worth. So there are these methods we can use to evaluate a particular project. Now up to this topic we are discussing about only one project, whether it is economical or not economical. But in next topic we are discussing that whether these projects, number of projects, from that number of projects, which project is economical one. So we compare that particular, these particular projects, and we conclude that among these particular alternatives, which project or which alternative is a suitable one. So in this next topic we discuss about the comparison among the alternatives. So up to this topic we are discussing about one project. In next topic we will discussing about the comparison of that particular alternatives. So in this particular topic we are discussing about the number of projects, and that we can evaluate on the methods, that we studied in the earlier topic. So these, as per discussion, we compare now number of projects. So these projects are nothing but the alternative. We have some problem. For that particular problem or particular task defined, we decide a particular number of projects or number of alternatives. Here the word used as an alternative, number of projects or number of alternatives, or we can say that it is a solution for that particular problem. These projects are nothing but the solution for that particular problems. These solutions or these alternatives we are comparing. By using methods of the different methods that we studied in the previous topic. These are the internal rate of return, external rate of return, cost to benefit ratio, benefit cost ratio, again that payback period method, and different methods we studied in previous topics. So these projects are called as the alternatives for that particular problem, or solutions for that particular problem. And when we discussing about the solutions of that particular problem, there are number of solutions or number of projects that we can, by using that projects we can solve that particular problem. And for that particular solutions, from that particular solutions or from that particular projects, we choose a best project or profitable project, and that particular solution or that particular project or alternative is nothing but a, when it is compared to the other, it is a good one. Then this particular project we can consider as a mutually exclusive. This is considered as a mutually exclusive. When that alternative have or exclude the choice of the other, that particular project we can consider as or called as a mutually exclusive. So for the comparison we use different methods: present worth, annual worth, that we studied in the previous topics. So again they are compared with the MRR value, minimum attractive rate of return, that also discussed in the previous topics. So now these comparison. Now there are two cases. Now again these comparisons are based on their capacity, their output capacity, their useful life, their investment, their revenue, expenses. So on basis of these we compare these particular projects. On basis of these particular criteria we compare these different projects. And by comparison we consider a suitable project for our problem. And again during analysis of this alternative or projects, the 2 points are considered. So when revenue and other economic benefits are present, so we can compare this. We can compare on the two criteria or on the two cases or 2 points. When revenue and other economic benefits are present, we choose this alternative having maximum profitability. And second one, when revenue and other benefits are not present. For comparison, how we compare these particular projects? So if there is a revenue and other economical benefits are available, the data available for this revenue, other economical benefits, then we can compare this project or alternatives with a profitability, with a maximum profitability. And when data of that particular revenue and other economical benefits are not available, in that case we compare this alternative or projects with a minimum total cost. So how you compare this project, that are depend again whatever the data available, and according to this we compare with a consideration of maximum profit, or we can compare with a minimum total cost, Now study period. Now for comparison, now suppose in previous topic we are discussing about only one project, and that project have certain lifespan or certain time period. For that certain time period we have to decide whether this project is economical or not economical. Now here in this case we compare or we evaluate number of projects for a particular problem. But that each project may have different or may have same time span or different time span. If it is a different time span, then we can say that it is a unequal life of that particular projects. So if that particular time span is a equal one, then we can say that lifespan is a equal one. So that study period, this is nothing but a study period. We compare these projects with the consideration of their lifespan, If that lifespan is a same, then these are considered as a equal interval of time. Then we can consider as a equal interval of time, or we can call it as a equal interval of time. And if these lifespans of that projects are different one, then we can consider as a unequal life period of time, or unequal lifespan. So these are discussed in this particular slide. So planning horizon in this time scale to compare exclusive alternatives. Useful life may be same or may be different. Useful life may be same or may be different, and we can compare this. But when that lifespan is the same, there is no problem for comparison, because that lifespan of that all alternatives or all projects are same. But when this lifespan or alternatives are different one, then it is difficult to compare. So when we compare this on the common multiple of life of alternatives, on the common multiple of lives of the alternatives, so that we discuss in the numerical also. So consider first case means that life or time span of that particular all projects are the same. So here life of alternatives are equal to study period, that are same, and that we compare by using present worth, annual worth, future worth method. So we convert for comparison, we convert all cash flow into equivalent present or annual worth or future amount. And any method we can use for the comparison of this particular projects. Now here we consider one example. So in this example, we are discussing about the three projects. So here the projects are called as alternative 1, alternative 2, alternative 3. Alternative 1, 2, 3 with different investment, different revenue, expenses, market value, and useful life in this case is the same. One. For comparison purpose, useful life is the same.